Let's begin our practice in a comfortable seated position. So however that may look to you, maybe you're sitting in a chair, maybe you're on a pillow or a block, or sitting on the floor, either cross-legged or on your knees. However you choose to sit, know that you are not committed to that position for your entire practice. You're invited to change at any time that it becomes uncomfortable. I'll cue a point to uncross the legs and cross in the opposite direction, but you can do so at any time. For now, we'll just find a tall spine, stacking the shoulders directly above the hips. A gentle tuck in the chin invites the length up the back of your neck. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Let the hands either rest on your knees or on the floor beside you. Gaze can be with the eyes opened or closed as long as the gaze is soft. And without making any real effort to change its rhythm or its rate, simply become aware of the body breathing. Notice the gentle expansion of the body on the inhale, the softening on the exhale. Finding a sense of expansiveness through the ribs, the chest, the heart. A sense of openness through the collarbones. Become aware of the points of contact between your seat and its support, whether that's the floor, the mat, or a prop. Just noticing those points of contact and how they may change with every breath. Noticing the feet. The feet are in contact with the floor. Any sensations in the toes, the heels, the arches of the feet, any temperatures of the room around you, texture of the floor below. Allowing the feet to really ground you here in this space and in this moment of time. At the same time, maintaining a sense of awareness of breath as it moves naturally in and out through the nose. And hold on to that breath as you start to softly blink the eyes open if they're closed. And take a few gentle rotations to the upper body. In both directions. Find stillness in your center. From here, we'll move through a few cat and cows. So on an inhale, send your tailbone back behind you. Heart comes forward, gaze comes up. On an exhale, tuck your tailbone beneath you, round through the spine like a Halloween cat, chin to chest, gaze to the belly button. Big breath in, cow back. Exhale, cat-like back. Inhale. Heart comes forward, gaze comes up. Exhale, rounded spine. Really hollow out your chest as you gaze to the belly button. Big breath in. Slow breath out. 3 more. Following your own rhythm of breath. Linking each movement to a breath and allowing each cycle to be a little bit slower than the one before it. No rush at all, but when you finish your 3, just coming to land in a neutral spine, sitting tall. We're going to reach for a strap. We'll start by taking the strap wide in your hands, wider even than you think you need to. As we move through this motion, just notice my wrist here that's closest to the camera. We're wanting to keep strong and stable through the wrist. As I pull on the strap, it starts to buckle my wrist, drawing my thumb towards my forearm. Instead, active through the wrist. Stay stable and maintain straightness from the arm all the way up the pinky toe, or pinky finger rather, of your hand. So again, just looking at my hands in the camera here, you can see that the wrists easily bring the thumbs towards one another. I'm going to bring in a little bit of stability, a little bit of strength into the wrists, straightening them, and creating a long line from the pinky finger all the way up the arm. Find a nice wide grip on the strap. Bring it out in front of you. Take a big inhale to start. Exhale, let it go. Next, inhale, reaching the hands up towards the ceiling, maintaining tension in the strap. On the exhale, bring the arms back behind you. Now, if the hands are too close, you may not be able to make it all the way down, so slide the hands further away from one another until you're able to bring the hands all the way back behind you. Follow the next breath in to reach the hands up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, bring them forward and down. Take a break here for a moment. Now you'll notice as you do that, your body's naturally going to want to shoot your chest forward and arch through the back in kind of a cat-cow motion. Instead, see if you can be stable through the chest and through the torso as you go through the movements, really isolating it to the shoulders as much as you can. So we'll try that again. Reaching the strap out long in front of you, strong wrists. Big breath in. Reach the strap overhead. Wrists are straight. On the exhale, bringing the arms back behind you, pulling tension on the strap. Big breath in, coming back above your head. Stable spine, chest is still, as you lower back down. Keep your belly button drawn in towards the spine, supporting your core. Just finding a little bit of mobility through the shoulder joints, the upper body. Linking each movement to a breath, so the inhales always bring you up. And the exhales either bring you back and down or forward and down. Next time your hands come up, pause there. Widen the strap even a little bit further. Tension in the strap here, so it's not slouching down and touching your head. Keep it straight. Wrists are strong. Inhale, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, as you continue to draw the hands away from one another, start to bring the left hand down to the floor, coming into a bit of a side stretch here. using the strap as a bit of a resistance. Adjusting the distance between the hands as much as you need to feel a stretch up the right side body. Now, while still maintaining that tension on your strap, think about sending the right ribs up towards the ceiling with every breath in. Really grounding down through the right hip, maintaining length up both the left and right side ribs, the left and right waist. Keep that right shoulder from either dipping forward or sinking back. Chest is square with the rim in front of you. Gaze is forward. Belly button draws in towards the spine. Find your way back up to center. Then over to the right. So again, just taking a moment to line up your posture, make any adjustments that you need. It can sometimes help to have your back against a wall here, to better notice if the left shoulder is coming forward or if the left arm is sinking back behind you. We want the chest, the heart to be open to the room in front of you, not facing the floor, and not facing the ceiling. It's that happy medium in the center. Shoulders drawn away from the ears and away from each other as you come over into the side bend. Think about someone drawing you from the side of the shirt up towards the ceiling. Belly button draws in, active through the core as you find your way back up. Big inhale here. Exhale, come forward. Take a little bit of a shoulder roll, releasing that, letting it go. Rotating in both directions. Now, often in classes, I instruct to interlace the fingers behind the head and draw the elbows away. We're going to do something similar, but we're going to do it with the strap this time. So holding the strap very narrow, little gap between the hands, just enough that there's strap showing, but barely noticeable. Get my straps behind me so you can see me. There we go. Holding on to the strap, tight fists, bend at the elbows, and bring that little portion of strap behind your head. Sitting tall, shoulders above the hips, belly button drawn in, supporting your core. And as you're holding on to your strap with fists, the knuckles in the palm are facing the back of your head. Start to draw the elbows away from one another without sliding down the strap. So you're holding so firmly onto the strap and drawing the elbows so much so away from each other, it's as if you're trying to rip the strap in half. And you may be using a leash, a belt, a long sleeve shirt. Just be mindful that you don't literally rip it in half. I have a stable strap, so use your best judgment. You can always interlace your fingers if you do not have a proper strap. Keep those elbows reaching away from one another as if you're trying to rip the strap. Chest and throat, the collarbone are open. Arms are so active here. Maintain that activation. Another side stretch here. Bring the left elbow down towards the floor. It obviously does not have to touch. Left elbows are reaching for the floor. Right elbows are reaching for the ceiling as they pull pressure on that strap. Arms are in line with one another. They're not reaching back behind you or in front. Come back through center. Over to the right. You may notice that your hands are starting to slide on the strap. Just shorten the grip. And return to your pose. Really actively drawing the elbows away from one another here with the strap resisting that pull. Come back through center. Reach the arms up overhead. Slide the arms away from one another until they're wide on your strap. We'll take a few more of those shoulder flossing motions, so reaching the arms behind you. On an inhale, come back up. Exhale forward. Inhale, lift. Just noticing if the wrists are buckling under the pressure, maybe find more length in the strap or more strength in the wrists. The next time the arms come forward, let that go. Set the strap aside. Give the shoulders a roll. Perfect opportunity here to cross the legs in the opposite direction if you have not already, or choose a different seated position if you're becoming uncomfortable. A few gentle rotations through the torso in both directions. Find your center. We're going to reach the arms out in front of you. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and down your back. Cross the right arm under the left, meeting at the elbows. Bend at the elbows, so left arm is on top of the right here. You can either take hold of opposite shoulders, or you can start to draw the backs of the hands towards one another. Maybe even crossing at the wrists until you're able to touch palms towards one another. If that's not accessible, another option is again to use your strap. And bring the strap between your hands, working to apply pressure and draw the hands closer towards one another. So lots of options here, just finding what works best in your body. Holding the shoulders or working the backs of your hands towards one another, maybe crossing at the palms. Regardless of your position, start to bring the elbows up to shoulder height. If the hands are in front of you rather than on the shoulders, start to draw the forearms away from your face. The gaze is soft between the arms, looking forward. If the hands are interlaced, really squeezing those forearms together or working them in that direction. If you're holding on to opposite shoulders, just working on lifting the elbows to shoulder height. Maybe drawing the elbows away from one another, different sides. Looking for a stretch into the shoulders here, the upper back. Again, with the elbows in line with the shoulders, the forearms start to reach away. The further away you're able to reach, the more of a stretch you'll be feeling here, but never going past the point of sensation. Take a big breath in to lengthen. On the exhale, round your spine like a cat, bringing the elbows down towards your belly button, chin to chest. Keep breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. Come back up on an inhale. Start to turn your chest to face the right knee or the right side of the room if you're not sitting cross-legged. A bit of a twist to the right here. Keep the elbows lifted. And then once again, start to round through the chest, being gentle here. A gentle back rounding while in the twist. Keep setting your sternum towards the right side of the room. Left and right hips equally rooted into the ground or the prop beneath you. Slowly rise up. Stay twisted to the right as you unwind the arms. Let the left hand find the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. come into a bit of a twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Probably able to twist a little bit deeper now that the arms have been released. Come back through center. Give those arms a bit of a roll in both directions. We'll move to the opposite side, so reach the arms out long in front of you, palms face one another. Cross the left arm under the right, going the opposite direction here. Bend at the elbows. Either take hold of opposite shoulders, lifting the elbows up, or start to work the back of the hands towards one another, maybe holding onto a strap between the hands, or working for the double bind as you bring the palms towards one another. The elbows are lifted up to shoulder height, forearms reach away from the face. Gaze is soft, long neck. Big breath in to lengthen. On an exhale, round through the spine. And the elbows down towards the belly button as you bring your chin to your chest. Feel the shoulder blades drawn away from one another with each breath in. And softening back in towards the midline with each breath out. Follow your inhale up. We're going to find a little bit of a twist here, so bringing the elbows, the chest towards the left. The hips stay neutral. Big breath in. On an exhale, rounded spine in the twist. You're listening to your body here, be mindful of any previous shoulder injuries. You're watching not to have any pinching or pain in the low back. Slowly rising up. Straight spine. Release the arms, the right hand onto the left knee, left hand comes behind you. Find your twist. Gazes over the left shoulder as you look behind you. Tall spine. Come back through center. Find your neutral. Take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. Find some stillness here, and we'll just do a couple head rolls. So start by bringing your chin down towards your chest. Minimize the movement in the shoulders here, so keep them drawn away from the ears. With a tall spine, as if you're sitting up against a wall, start to bring the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Gaze comes up slightly. Rolling the chin back down. Come through center. Over to the right. Again, just restricting the movement in the shoulders. Avoid lifting them up and down as you make those movements. Chin comes in towards the center. Gaze is down. And then over to the left. Maybe the gaze comes forward, slightly up even. Just moving slowly, linking each movement to a breath. Maybe rising up, ear to shoulder on an inhale, and chin to chest on the exhale. The slower your breath, the slower the movement should be. Let that movement last the entire duration of your breath. The next time you come through center and feel even on both sides, pause there. Bring your gaze through center. Gently lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Just finding some space through the front of your throat, the chin. Maybe even lifting the chin higher than the rest of your head, as if you have an underbite reaching the lower teeth beyond the upper teeth. Release that, come back up. You can always use your hands to support your head back up. And let that go. From your comfortable seated position, invite your eyes to close. Just taking a few moments after those head rotations, you may feel a little bit dizzy, a little blurred vision behind the eyelids. Taking a few moments for that to settle, just becoming aware of any sensations in the body. Any remaining areas of tension in the upper body that you might be holding on to. Just simply acknowledging it on the inhales. And releasing it on the exhales. Following the breath as it moves in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Out through the nose for 3, 2, 1. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing at your own pace, your own rhythm of counting. Adjusting the length, the duration, however you need to suit your body. Making your best effort to lengthen the exhales even just 1 second longer than the inhale. This practice of breath can remain yours as long as you choose it to. It can even go with you into your day-to-day life. I would not suggest counting out loud. People may think you peculiar. You can add a count to your breath in your mind. And focus on slowing the breath, making it more of a conscious effort. Sense of awareness to that breath, and trigger the mind, the body into feeling safe and protected during times of stress and panic. It's just such gratitude for you joining me in practice today and always. Namaste.